It was amazing.
Yeah. So, Saturday was Valentine's Day, so we had a Valentine's party for like 200 people, me and Beth.
Yeah, great party.
Great party, right?
Yeah,
turned out
beautiful.
Good.
Really a good time.
After you throw a party, don't you always go, I don't know if anyone had a good time?
Oh, no, everybody had a great time.
Did they?
People were running around. They couldn't believe it.
Oh, good,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it was a blast.
I rented out this place called the Angel Horizon Center.
Yeah, and everybody was like, a foundation is what it had at the end of its name. And we were like, what kind of place could this be?
Yeah, it's a cool place. It's an old synagogue, believe it or not, that the guy turned into like a hall where, you know, people get married there, people have parties.
And they still have services there sometime, too.
Do they?
Yeah, that's what somebody told me, that, every, you know, like on the high holidays and stuff, they sometimes have ceremonies.
So we decided to have this, you know, Valentine's Day party. It was sort of Beth's idea to do it. And I said, hey, that'd be fun. Because what the hell do you do on Valentine's Day? And it was a Saturday night.
Yeah.
So we had a couples thing.
The array of guests was amazing. I mean, people would just say, you invited almost everybody you know.
Yeah, I invited people that I knew, like, and then I didn't go the celebrity route. I didn't, like, invite people that are celebrities that are on our show.
But it's funny. It's like, oh, there's Artie. Oh, there's Wood Yee. Oh, there's Richard Belzer.
Right.
You know, it's just sort of weird.
But I had Belzer because Belzer and I keep talking about getting together, and I don't know if Belzer had a good time because Belzer didn't see any famous people there, and I think he's about famous people. I think Belzer needs other famous people.
Yeah, well, I knew he didn't know anybody, so I was, like, a little worried about him.
I knew that certain people would be disappointed. Like Judith Reagan came from Reagan Books, who's my publisher. And I realized about 2 minutes in when she got there, she looked around the room, didn't see anybody famous.
Right, yeah, she sat over in a corner, actually.
Pouting.
I mean, it was almost not in the building. She was sitting so far in a corner.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Mary McCormick, who's fairly famous, had a great time.
Yeah, well, Mary's a friend, you know.
She was great. It was so much fun to see her.
Yeah.
Mary, who played my movie wife, who, by the way, is pregnant.
Yes.
Over 3 months.
And very happy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Husband's a nice guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
But then there were people there that we didn't even know that you knew.
Like
Carol Miller. Like, I didn't know you actually knew Carol Miller.
Yeah, I mean, I met Carol here, which I don't really know Carol, but I always...
Well, did you hear the story about Carol?
Yeah. Carol, when she got invited to my party, thought it was a goof. So she actually showed up early at 3 o'clock in the afternoon to see if it was a real place.
Yeah.
Because she thought we were goofing on her.
She was in front of me online to check our coats.
Hey, how old is she? She looks damn good.
She's got to be... She's older
than me.
She's got to be 50-something. And she looks great.
Yeah. She looks like a teenager.
Little black cocktail dress, great body.
Did she have a face work done or something?
It doesn't look like it.
She had to be tweaked. She has to be tweaked.
You think? I didn't notice it if she did.
Really
I don't know, but she looks damn good.
She was online in front of me to check her code in, and when I saw her, it was the first person I saw. I guess I had a look of surprise on my face because I was shocked to see her, but I didn't say anything.
I liked Carol when she did the show, and you know, I used to listen to her when I was a kid on the radio. She was like, you know, WPLJ. Yeah. You know, she was like one of the first rock chicks, her and Alison Steele. So, I mean, I just kind of liked her, and I've kind of said to myself, I should be friendly with some radio people.
But that was funny, because she really didn't think that it was possible this could be real.
She read the look on my face. I didn't say a word. She read the look on my face, and she goes, I know, I'm surprised I'm invited too. Yeah. But I didn't say anything.
You know what I did? I called her Pat St. John.
Oh, stop.
That's funny. You were hammered.
Pat. But I caught myself insane. I said, Pat St. Carol Miller.
So we had a party, and Beth got herself dolled up.
Oh, she was beautiful. That dress was incredible.
She went and got dolled up.
Yeah, and she looked all right.
All the chicks got dolled up.
We were online getting food, and a bunch of the guys were, you know, all of a sudden you'd be there, and, you know, some model comes behind you to get food.
Yeah, there were a couple of statuesque girls in the crowd.
Those are best friends who she works with? They're model chicks.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have to tell anybody. You can always tell a model chick.
Somebody was, I can't remember who it was, but somebody was just talking about this one girl, like, oh, my God, did you see her? And then
Had to be Ross.
Yeah, I think it might have been. And then we turn around, and she's standing right behind us.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Once you're drunk, it doesn't matter.
Well, talk about drunk. You were drunker than Artie.
Yeah. And early.
Sloppy, embarrassing.
And early drunk.
Artie was sober compared to you.
Were you?
Yeah.
I was drunk, but I mean,
you were over the top.
At the end of the night,
you know
Artie
what happened
wasn't
to me? Here's what happened to me. I'm now drinking. Like, I take vodka, but I put a splash of grapefruit. But when I say a splash, it might as well
it's hardly discolored.
Right. I say to the guy, if I see any kind of discoloration, you put in too much. So,
yeah, it looks like he's drinking pure vodka.
So I'm thinking I had about 5 drinks. Really,
well,
that's all.
They said, no, because I got a report that you kept them coming.
Wow.
I don't know how. Maybe you stopped counting after 5.
I really don't think I had more than 5, but they were big drinks.
They were big, and they said Howard he had a glass in his hand at every moment. It was always full.
It was a mistake. Because I'm going to bring in the tape tomorrow.
Yes.
If the disc jockey's around, do you have you didn't tape all the people singing. You just taped me and Beth.
Because that's when I looked in his eyes when he was up there on the stage. I was like, what?
You know how drunk I was? I woke up the next morning, and I said to Beth, I can't believe we didn't get to sing karaoke. Everyone else did.
I knew it. You didn't even remember.
I had no idea we sang.
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah.
Blacked out?
Yeah.
Because I looked at you at that point, and I was like, man, I've never seen him this looped in my life.
Yeah, you were bad.
I was, because I woke up the next morning, I couldn't think straight.
Did you hear the tape?
Yeah. I was cursing. I was yelling out, I have to get to the gym. I have to pee. I mean, I didn't even recognize myself.
That was another great moment of the night. It got to be towards the end of the night, and you got up, I don't know if you remember doing this, and you started thanking people. But you basically thanked people that you could see.
Right.
So you're like, I'd like to thank Artie Lang. Okay, that was funny.
Right.
Then you started thanking Carol Miller. Then you started thanking, like, Herb Schwartz.
And then you crowned Ronnie king of karaoke.
Yeah.
And he got up and started to strip, and Neil fell asleep in the throne chair and fell over.
And then you gave the prize to Fred and Allison because they were standing next to you.
Right.
They did a good job.
Giving out prizes all over the place.
Well, the people who were supposed to be I was crowning the king and queen of the Valentine's party, whoever sang the best karaoke.
Right.
And by the way, if you have a party, singing karaoke is a definite plus, because it's funny.
Now, will you admit now that whole...
I was going to give it to Merv and June.
They were great.
I thought
Merv and June?
My two friends who I know from out in the Hamptons.
I don't even remember them.
And June's this woman who's the head muckety-muck at Valentino.
Oh.
Was that the amazing-looking black couple?
Yes.
Like the really good-looking black couple?
Yes.
Oh, the people who sang really, really bad.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people...
I remember that.
People came up to me and said, we're really racist. I said, why are you? When we see black people get up, we think they can sing.
Especially good-looking black people.
Right. So everyone was all excited for them to sing.
They were so bad.
And they were really bad. And by the way, she and her husband ran right out.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I didn't see much of that.
That was it. They were gone.
Now, how did they get up? Because obviously the whole thing was a setup, right? Who got up on stage?
Not entirely.
Well, there wasn't every name in that little pearl.
No.
They were the only...
Because we couldn't... First of all, some people refused to sing, and I'm not going to sit there and beg them.
Right.
Then there were people who wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? You'd be bored with them. Then we had, like, I don't know how many people... And some people couldn't even find their songs. The guy who really ticked me off was Dominic. Yeah. He's out of my life.
Oh, yeah, what happened? Everyone asked where he was.
Called up that day. Made us go find Outkast's... Happy Valentine's Day. We go out, we're finding this and that. Calls up that day. His wife calls and goes, we're not coming to the party. Dominic is in Florida. Huh? So I was like, oh, for work? No, because you know what? He didn't like something I said about him on the air or something.
Right.
And I just said, you know what? F this guy. You don't call up the day of a party. You don't make us run around looking for, Yeah,
his was the hardest music to find, from what I understand.
And everybody
was just rude.
Everything.
And then he ran... Allison was down in Florida with Ashley, my daughter, and then he starts telling Ashley about how he doesn't want to go to my sucky party, to my 11-year-old. Yeah, so I've had it with him. He's so out of my life.
Is he crazy?
He's crazy.
Yeah, he must be losing his mind, because he loves the show too much to mess that up.
Well, he messed it up.
But what's he doing carrying on with your daughter?
Because he's an imbecile.
So silly.
He's stupid and fat. Hey, Vinny.
Wow.
Howard, what a great party. There's something that happened that night while you were starting. We were all stunned when you started close to you because it was late. Everyone was drunk.
Thank you.
And then the weirdest thing, the song wouldn't end, and then people started dancing to you.
Because I have a way about me.
It was like a wedding. Listen, two things. I thought it was a surprise wedding because you had so many people there. I thought you were going to spring that surprise on us. That
would have been a surprise to me.
That was the big... As you walked in, you saw this face, you're uh-oh.
There's a wedding.
I have grainy video of your performance for my channel.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
If anybody has pictures of the night, if they can give them to me. I didn't get any pictures.
Well, my video looks like the Zabruta film because I shot it with my little camera.
What, you don't have night vision?
I have about 30 or 40 seconds of me and Mary singing. I'll try to pull it if you want.
That was priceless.
Yeah.
Well, the disc jockey didn't do it right.
Yeah, I'm shocked because I thought that was all being taped.
Yeah, in fact, you know what? When I get you the tape, my wife's really mad at John because of two things. First of all, you can hear on the tape, John just guffaws the whole time, just laughing about, like a maniac, and he threw Red Hots at Mary while we were singing.
Oh, no.
I think he was aiming for me, but he hit her.
Well, during my performance, Neil kept yelling out faggot.
First of all, Neil...
Right?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, no,
It's funny.
Without the music.
Neil, you must have gotten to him when you guys did that whole rap about there's two Neils, Neil without the wife and with the wife.
Yeah.
Because the Neil without the wife, even though he was there with her, he was there that night.
Right.
Yeah, she didn't see him all evening.
He was in the balcony throwing Red Hots, yelling faggot, falling asleep in chairs.
He's very disturbing. So funny.
But he was fine. And then I don't think you remember, he pulled me down. Now, I was like down on the floor with Neil for about 15 minutes because he wouldn't let me up.
Did he get anything off you?
No, but he was just like, I'm not letting you up. I was like, Neil, you got to let me go. And you actually sat down at that point and said, Robin, are you all right?
I don't even remember any of
Yeah,
this.
you have no idea about all of this.
Who knew that happened?
Because this happened after you sang, and if you don't remember the singing, you don't remember anything that happened after.
I don't remember any of it. I was so hammered.
Yeah, I heard everybody was saying how bombed you were.
Yeah. Then we went to then I made the biggest faux pas. I didn't realize how wrecked I'd be.
Yeah.
And then the next morning we were going to Atlantic City.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how he's going to do that.
It was me, Artie, Stuttering John, Richie Notar, and Ross Apin.
Uh-huh.
And we decided to go to Atlantic City.
Uh-huh.
So the first thing we did, we went to the Borgata, which is, that's my hotel, man. I love it there.
Great place.
Right, great. They were great to us. We had a great time. They got poker rooms downstairs where you can play Texas Hold'em.
Now, what is a poker room? I don't even understand.
You go down there, they got a dealer, okay? And the dealer has games going of Texas Hold'em.
Okay.
The way
And how many tables? I mean, it's like
10.
All right.
The way the house makes money, did you understand this? The way the house makes money is they take a percentage of every pot.
Right.
Okay.
Is it 10%?
Take a vig.
I don't think it's 10%. I think it's that high. But
So it's really the best place to be then?
I think so.
It's a private game, and you just give it up a little bit.
Yeah, we had our own game, and I did good there. I won a couple $100.
Yeah.
And it was fun, right?
Like, what was it? What were the stakes? You weren't going crazy.
No, it's $2, $4.
Really?
It was not a lot of money.
All right.
And but John and Richie are the two most annoying guys at the table.
Really?
Because John doesn't pay attention, and neither does Richie.
Well, can I ask you a question?
You don't pay attention.
Yeah, no, let me ask you a question. When it comes to poker, how come it's like, it's got to be double the bet every time? Like 2, then 4, then 6?
Because it raises up the pot.
Yeah, can't you just throw in as much as you want?
No, because the game is so that you have to, like, think about it. You go, okay, we start with 2, and then you go, okay, the raise is 4. So this way the game doesn't get out of hand.
Oh, you really don't? There's no time you can push all your stuff?
No, we didn't play any of that.
I didn't get that.
So, Booger was there, too. How did I forget Booger? Yeah, we had Booger.
Uh-huh.
Booger and Linda.
Now, all of these guys are poker players, or are there some slouches?
Well, John is annoying because I have to keep yelling at him, and then I got to keep yelling at Richie.
Yeah, I'm not a good poker player.
No, he's horrible, and so is Richie.
And Richie doesn't know the game either?
No, because they don't pay attention. I'm like, come on.
Me and Richie like the girls.
Robin, the funniest moment was John misread a card he had. He was being real obnoxious because at the time he was up, he thought he had a flush.
Oh, so this is great. John and I are going at each other now. We're the only two guys left in one of the hands.
All right.
And John's betting into me like crazy.
Right.
I mean, betting and betting and betting. I'm going, God damn, I probably should get out. I don't know. But I had a great hand. I had like 2 pair or something. There's no way I'm going out.
Right.
And we're betting. I go, he's probably going to kill me on this. He turns over his cards, and the dealer says, turn over your cards now. Turn over the cards. I know what I got. I'm looking at his hand. I go, what's he got? I can't. He goes, look at what I got. Look
He
at
had
it. Nothing?
He
thought he had a flush. He goes, what do I have? He goes, and the dealer goes, you have nothing.
I misread the ace of spades. I thought it was an ace of clubs.
Oh, no.
So I go, what are you doing? I thought I had something.
But as John...
He's betting on nothing.
Yeah, then he goes, but I think I have a pair of 3s.
But as John was...
Do you look at your hand at all?
As John was raising the entire time, we'd all fold because he was raising.
Right,
and John with like a cigarette keeps going, oh, yeah, get rid of all the pikers. Come on, man.
So you just took his money.
Yeah,
and then we cleaned him out.
Yeah,
John
already made the most money.
Yeah, we made a lot of money. But then, did you know? Then I went and played craps.
No, I was with you there.
Yeah, but you didn't know. You didn't know I got up at like 6 in the morning. Was downstairs at a table by myself.
I heard about that.
I got wiped out.
Wiped out at craps?
Oh my God!
Howard called everyone at 8 in the morning the next morning.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, let's go. Everyone's asleep.
Well, that was enough of that, man.
I know.
Well, after
I was
you
drunk
lose all your money, it's time to leave.
And then Booger and I went down and played at a real Texas Hold'em Hold'em table with real players.
And what happened there?
I couldn't win one hand.
I knew it. I said,
sucked.
They will see you coming.
They sucked me dry.
Did you see Artie drunk screaming at the dealers?
Artie, so we get down to Atlantic City. This is the day after the party. My head is spinning from how much alcohol we consume. Yeah. Artie, within the first 10 minutes at the Texas Hold'em table, does 5 Jack and Waters, one after another, but a big tumbler. Then he's doing tequila shots.
Got to get back in the pool.
I mean, the guy was wasted.
Oh, my goodness, Artie.
Well, I mean, you're in that atmosphere in Atlantic City.
But do you have to drink so fast? What, are you thirsty?
Yeah, Mike, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Howard?
Hey, man.
It's just been off the line, man. Hey, Jay Leno's going to be doing karaoke this week.
He's having a Valentine party. That's right. I understand. Yeah.
Hey, he's going to be playing poker with the band, too.
Yeah.
The funniest thing about Artie drinking, did you notice this? Artie just has a straw. And he just sucks on the straw the whole time. It never leaves his mouth. And he just chews on it and drinks.
Yeah, you officially have a problem. You got to.
Yeah.
You've got a big problem.
You mean gambling?
No. How much did you win or lose at
I was up, dude. After Hold'em and craps, I was up. Because remember we got that one guy with the long roll and craps?
I was up when I went to bed from craps.
All right. And then what happened, Artie?
Then I played blackjack.
And
I was up an insane amount of money in blackjack. And then like 4 hands, I lost.
You know what he did? He was up like $4 grand.
Okay.
And you know what he does? He says, that's it. He puts $4 grand down on a hand. He goes, that's it. He was not happy winning $4 grand.
He's to lose.
You know what I did?
He threw $4 grand down on the table.
Here's what I did.
And loses it.
I put $2 grand. I had 4 G's in front of me.
Right.
So I was like, all right. I'm up 4 G's.
Yeah.
So I said, screw it. I'm putting $2 grand in, and I'll keep the other $2 grand. One last hand of blackjack, but this is
one last hand.
Mother effers. This is what they do to me.
What? They know.
The dealer's showing a 5.
Yes.
I get an 8 and a 3.
Ooh.
Good. Yeah. You double down.
Right. Yeah. Drunkenly, here goes the other 2. So now it becomes a $4,000 hand. Sure enough. The dealer hits and gets a 21.
Wow.
What did you have, a 10?
I had
like a 15 or
I had like an 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's a ring.
All your money gone.
That can't be.
So,
hey, do you want to hear from Dominic, or do you want to just keep him banned off the show?
Let's hear one last phone call.
Right, this is phone call. Like John is leaving, now Dominic's leaving.
Yeah.
Jay Leno can have him, too. Yeah, here we go. Yes?
I got an offer from Jay Leno.
I bet. To die.
No. I did not say a word to Ashley about the party.
That's not what Ashley told me. My kid doesn't lie. You calling my kid a liar?
About any party to Ashley. Why would I say I don't want to go to your party?
Ashley got on the phone to me, and she said to me, Dominic told me that I don't want to go to some dumb party.
No, please, I would never say that. I love Ashley.
And shame on you for, making us... Yeah, I know. You knew you were going.
No, I didn't know till Friday morning.
Yeah. Well, you don't cancel somebody's party the last minute.
But I didn't know he was going to Florida.
It was an emergency in Florida?
No, he was boating.
Yeah.
Well, that's ridiculous, Dominic.
But I didn't know. I was exhausted Friday. But please don't be mad at me.
It's done already.
Oh.
You're off the show.
But don't say anything that
Say goodbye to the audience. It's your last one.
All right, that's fine. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye. There was a big buffet special in Florida that he tried to jam down his already abbreviated stomach.
There was a real weird moment at your party where no one knew exactly when to start eating, and all the food was out. So
I went over and ate.
The first person who I saw go near a fork, I just ran up, and I abandoned Dana, and she was like, we're waiting for 20 minutes. Oh, I was eating.
The food was real good, though.
Yeah.
The food was good.
You know, it was like good, like chicken cutlet parmesan.
Yeah, it was like Italian food.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Mozzarella balls.
And the shrimp scampi was really good.
I don't know if I'm going to make that an annual event or not, but we'll see.
Well, I don't know, unless you can get yourself under control.
I will.
You shouldn't.
That was a mistake. I apologize to anybody I might have offended at the party.
I'm sure you didn't offend anybody. You were real funny.
The one problem is
so embarrassing.
The one problem, though, you notice, like, the music was too low. Did you notice that? Like, it should have been loud.
I don't know.
It was hard to hear.
Yeah.
When you were up on
stage.
Good. And did you hear, did you already talk about Ronnie taking his shirt off and stuff?
Yeah, we talked about all that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm saying this because I can relate to it. There's nothing worse than waking up in the morning and realize you blacked out, and the night before you spoke publicly.
I know.
Like you had a microphone and you were...
And it was weird. Beth didn't want to sing because she kind of sucks at singing like I do. And
she was being real quiet, and you were like, ah!
Oh, so we had rehearsed beforehand, and I finally got her in rehearsal to, like, do 2 or 3 verses. So she said, you got up there so drunk, you grabbed both microphones and boxed me out and wouldn't let me sing. Yeah. I go, I don't know I'm doing that.
You were hanging, you know, she was like, you had her wrapped up, and you had both microphones.
See, with karaoke, you want to be in the middle of the pack. Everyone's going to remember the first couple of tries.
Right.
And the last are going to be so loaded, and you're probably going to have that memory.
Well, I'm going to work on getting the rest of the tapes, but I do have me, and it's bad.
Well, you distinguished yourself.
And the F word was flying and peeing and...
nobody. I never remember that being in close to you. All this talk about bathrooms and effing.
Oh, it was really bad. All right, listen, we got to take a break. We will be back. I got to take a break.
So how much the party run you, anyway?
Oh, what do you think?
Because let me tell you what the guess is. Everyone's guessing $100,000.
No way. No, not that much. Not 100.
That's what everybody was saying.
Tell me what you're making at the Tonight Show. I'll tell you about the cost. I'll give you the exact number. And by the way, I signed a contract, so I can't say what it cost.
There you go.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
What? Howard Stern Show.
Yeah. All right, are we done discussing John's new job and my feelings on Jay Leno and what a jerk-off he is? Or are we continuing?
I thought we were off that. We were just discussing the party.
Okay.
And gambling.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
First of all, I just want to let you know I'm a big fan. I love the show. Well, I don't know if you want to go to the topic of Leno, but I think he's an effing prick. You don't really, Stuttering John, I mean, he's been there 15 years, and you don't need him. You know what I mean?
Well, no, we love John, but the thing is that Jay's just a really odd guy. And you know what, I'm not going to keep going into it because I did an hour and a half on it this morning.
Yeah, no, I know.
But he's a bizarro, and, as much as he tries to take hunks of the show, he's never going to be me.
Of course.
Because you can't be both. You either got to be edgy or you got to be, a safe milquetoast kind of guy. And what John has to do with his show is beyond my comprehension, but this is his attempt to sort of, I don't know.
But, I mean, whoever needs to, rip off from someone else's show is just, a douchebag. Especially, your show is just, no one can mess with you.
It's going to kind of be like the disco station that plays one rock song every 2 hours to try to get people to come over. It's just odd. It's not going to work.
Yeah, it's just...
And I mean, Jay called me, and I did take the call, and as I described the phone call to you in probably too much detail because I don't want to bore you, but
yeah.
I mean, I told him what an ass he is, and I told him, I said, you're just an ass. You're just a dummy. I said, you're bizarre. Everyone in the industry is laughing at you.
Yeah.
No, they're not. No, they're not. I go, are we going to be friends? I go, you're not hearing what I'm saying. You're just comical in the ability to rip crap off. I said, this one goes right up there with you hiding in a closet like a girl, listening to the NBC executive so you can get the Tonight Show for yourself. You're just desperate, and you reek of desperation, and you're not edgy, and you don't develop your own stuff, and you'll take anything you can get.
Yeah, you know what it is? He wants to be you,
Yeah, well, that's cool. But he wants to be me, but he doesn't want to be me. He wants to be the good guy. He wants it all for himself.
Too. He wants to have your ratings. He wants to...
Yeah, exactly. He wants to get a guy like you, what are you, about 20 years old?
19. Yeah.
Okay. He wants you to watch his show.
Yeah, and it won't happen.
Yeah, of course not. I mean, maybe you'll tune in to see if John say, here's the Tonight Show once, but after you see how lame it is, and it's Jay, and
exactly, yeah.
he's not going to, Jimmy Kimmel is getting more men 18 to 25 than Jay.
Yeah.
Jimmy wrote me a bunch of memos on it. Like, not memos, letters. We email each other. And let me see if I can find them.
There's something else, too, I wanted to say. Just to get off that topic real quick.
Yeah.
Dominic Barber, that lawyer?
Yeah.
My dad he had a case, he got locked up.
Yeah, I don't want to go into all this.
What?
With Dominic.
That's Dominic's
business. Who cares? And by the way, over the vacation, I read Al Franken's book, Lying Liars, it's great.
Yeah?
It's he is phenomenal.
He's a funny guy.
That's the one that Bill O'Reilly was upset about.
I could see why.
Yeah?
He does a thing. It's really funny. I bought the book, and I said, on my vacation, I'm going to read Al Franken's book. Lying Liars Who Lie. I don't even know the title. And the first page, he insults me.
Really?
Yeah, he talks about how I'm like me and Ann Coulter are McCarthyites or something. And, like, you know, it was just really insulting. And I just said, you know,
you and Ann Coulter, that's interesting.
I can get past this if Al doesn't like me, but I'm not even sure why I'm like McCarthy, but evidently I am, according to Al. And you know what? If Al says it, it must be true, because
you love this
I love the book, and he seems to be right on about everything. If you read this book, you will never vote for George W. Bush.
Yeah.
Because what he does is he takes everything that you've seen in the newspaper and goes back and he gets 12 Harvard kids to research everything and to find out what really happened.
Uh-huh.
And when you find out the truth behind stuff, it is just frightening. And he does a chapter on Hannity and Combs from the Fox News Network that is so funny. I mean, I can't even tell you how funny it is.
Really? I got to get this book.
Somebody ought to fund him some money. Let him make a movie like, what's his name does, Michael Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is really good.
Well, he's going to be on that radio, the liberal radio
I'll listen
network
to it.
Or something.
I'll listen to him if it's as good as that book.
That's what he's planning to do.
Lying liars who lie or something like that.
I know it's all about lies that lying liars tell.
Yeah, and it's really funny.
Well, he's one of those guys, even if you disagree with his politics, you think he's funny because he's such a great guy, you know.
But he convinced you, it sounds.
It was awesome. The book is awesome. I'm going to give one to Scott DePace, who's like one of those guys who, you know, the Republicans can do no wrong. I'm not reading that.
I don't want my mind opened.
Don't open up my mind.
I like it closed.
Well, I've been feeling really horrible about George W. Bush since what's going on with the FCC and what's going on in this country with stem cell research. What's going on now? Like
the abortion thing.
I feel there's way too much government in our lives, and I can't believe G.W. Bush is behind it. I think this guy is a religious fanatic and a Jesus freak, and he is just hell-bent on getting some sort of bizarro agenda through, like a country club agenda, that his father will be finally proud of him. And I don't know much about Kerry, but I think I'm one anything about Bush guys now. Ever since the FCC stuff went down, and it directly affects me, and even some of the things with the economy.
Don't you think it's weird?
Well, the economy is a huge issue.
I don't think GW is going to win. What do you think of that?
Well, what do you think about this whole Nader thing? Now the Democrats are all up in arms.
I don't think it factors in.
They're saying that Nader cost Gore the election last time.
I don't think that.
But I think that even the people who voted for him last time are like, that's ridiculous. Why would you run again? It's the same kind of a deal. You're not going to get anywhere.
I think it's important for Ralph Nader to run because in this country, two-party system is getting very, very much to look very similar to one another. And if Ralph Nader wants to run, God bless him, let him run and let him present a new vision for America. Ralph Nader's an intelligent man.
I thought it was weird that...
DePace, you got to read Al Franken's book. You're going to go nuts. It's going to rock you. You would never read it?
I don't read.
I'll read it.
Read it. I'm going to get you a copy. I'm going to buy you a copy.
I know some of the things he said about George W. with his record with Vietnam is untrue.
Just read the book. Just read the book.
Yeah, you haven't read it yet. You just heard. So read it.
Don't be like these guys like Rush Limbaugh who hears stuff and then says he was there.
I'm not. I believe in the Republican philosophy. The bottom line, there are two issues in this election.
I don't want to get into a whole political debate. I just wanted to plug Franken's book.
The economy, and it's the war, and he's doing the right things.
Okay.
So that's why I'm
All right, get out of here.
Thank you.
Do you think it was weird that he appointed that judge over the vacation? You know about that? He appointed a weird judge that the government, Congress and Senate had already turned down for a judgeship, so he just appointed him somewhere else, and it was a guy who had reduced the sentence for a crossburner. A crossburner got 7 years, and I said, that's too much. And he reduced it to like 20 months.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Anyway, so...
Yeah, but Nader is...
it's okay that Nader runs. Let him run. I mean, everyone's so uptight about some dude running.
Well, the Democrats are uptight.
Yeah, they can't get uptight.
They aren't worried. The Republicans aren't worried.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the FCC stuff that's going on?
Yeah, that's where I'm going. So while we're on vacation, I read this article, but more importantly, I hear from, I forget who told me. They said that Mel, who runs our company, did a conference call. Did you hear about this?
I heard about it, but I don't know
the
details.
Mel, who runs our company, Viacom, CBS, you know, they're the guys who had the Janet Jackson thing, which is ridiculous because Janet Jackson's a G-rated performer. And they put Janet Jackson on during the Super Bowl, And now everyone's holding CBS responsible because she showed her boob. And who cares anyway? Big deal, boob.
They even showed it in a recent poll. Nobody really cares. But everybody in Congress has made a big deal about it.
Yeah. Well, evidently, I guess they rattled Mel's cage down in Washington, D.C. They made him testify. So he had a conference call with all of the general managers of the radio stations and said the following. This is what I heard. Now, again, this might not... Hearsay. This is hearsay. Any disc jockey in the company, by disc jockey, I guess I'm a disc jockey, any radio personality on the company's radio stations who gets fined by the FCC, fined, not found guilty of anything, fined. I will not only fire the jock, I will fire the program director and the general manager.
Whoa.
So now, I mean, I want out. I mean, it might as well fire me now. Yeah. Because all someone has to do is just make a complaint against you, and the FCC can get rid. Now the FCC is in charge of who's going to get to stay on the radio.
The FCC is your boss.
Well, Tom is running around here like a nervous Nelly because he doesn't want to lose his job.
God.
And he is running around like a chicken with his head chopped off. This is what I've heard, that there's a 5-minute delay now on a show.
I heard that they added more. I heard we have 3 delays.
Yeah.
I heard we added...
It's already horrible.
I've heard we added another one that adds an extra minute of delay.
Yeah. So now Tom...
How many minutes is that?
Like 11.
11 minutes.
I don't know. I have no idea.
You hear this show tomorrow. I started this show a week ago. By the time we go through all the delays...
We were here last Monday. You're just getting the show.
And by the way, you know this company's history of technical expertise? Every time they hit a delay, it sounds like we're in a swamp.
Right.
Nobody's doing anything about that. So we're broadcasting to you through about 5 or 6, literally 5 or 6 delays now. And I would really like to be fined at this point so I can be fired, and more importantly, Tom can be fired. I would be willing to sacrifice.
You would go down if Tom would go down with you. If it meant Tom's going down.
Now that I know Tom's going to be fired.
Let's get us all fired today.
I would love to. There's got to be something I could do through all these delays that'll get us in trouble.
Well, Tom... So first you have to expend all the delays and then do something.
So Tom is running around, right?
Yeah, he must be taking this very seriously, as he should.
Is he here?
Yeah, here he is.
He's here in the morning.
He's here. Everyone, and really,
all of a sudden he's back at work.
And Tom doesn't really... I'm the guy they concentrate on.
Right.
Who the hell else is he going to concentrate on?
The rest of the day, they don't really have any worries.
Do you have Cabby and those guys on delay, or just me?
Those guys don't do live phone calls. They don't do any live bits. Everything's pre-recorded.
Thank God. So now... So how many delays do we have?
4.
And who are you mad at?
I'm not mad at anybody.
Oh, I think you said you're so mad.
How many minutes of delay is it in total?
Minute and a half.
That all?
I thought we just added a minute.
We did.
So we were only on 30 before?
Yeah.
Now we're a minute and a half.
I thought, wait a minute, how many delays are there? And it's only a minute and a half?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Takes all those delays?
And by the way...
So Tom is now going through all the bits. Tom is now analyzing.
Recomb through all the bits.
I'm so... how do I get out of this mess that we're in? I'm willing to say goodbye now.
No, you're not.
I am. I thought about it. I had a week off. It was fantastic. You know what I did? I played golf.
Did you really?
And I'm fantastic at it.
What? You played golf?
You played golf?
I played golf.
You were never supposed to pick up a golf club.
My buddy Pat Menachia took me out on the course, and he said, here, this is what you do. I don't know why you practice so much. So I take the club, and I swing it at the ball. He tell you, keep your keep your arm straight, and the other one you can bend a little.
Right.
I whack this thing. I'm on I was practically par on every hole.
Really?
You think I'm kidding?
Yeah, I do.
Now you got to go and play with Tom.
I'll play you anytime, pal.
No problem, buddy.
I need help with what club to use.
Right. That's why you have a caddy.
I can help you there.
Call me Tiger Stern. I mean, you should see me hitting this thing. All you got to do is get the ball right on the green.
Well, of course, that's the object.
Then they got this little hole with a flag. They couldn't make it any easier. And then you stick the ball in the hole. That's it.
I got to see this.
And
now
the golf cart.
Play golf.
The golf cart is so much fun.
I love golf carts.
That is the best.
How many holes did you play?
I played about 4.
Did you lose any balls?
Did you like it?
I did. I liked it. But I wouldn't play again. I didn't like it that much.
Oh.
It's still a waste of time.
Oh.
But did you lose any balls?
No, I lost my balls about 4 years ago. When
if you played 4 holes and didn't lose any, then you're good.
I'm going to tell you something. One ball wasn't in the water, but I actually hit one off. It veered right.
And where'd it go? Into the woods or something?
No, it went near the water, and they let me place the ball.
Right.
But it was not in the water. I think I could have hit out of there.
Tom, he played 4 holes and didn't lose a ball.
I didn't.
And that was the first time he picked up a club.
You're probably better than I am already.
I'm probably better than you.
You got to play him a couple of holes.
Do you know what you shot?
I do.
Yeah, you got to play him a couple of holes.
Did you keep score for the 4?
No, one hole was, they call a par 3.
Right.
And it took me 4.
That's
great. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Then the first hole I did was a tough one. I don't know what the par was, but I know it took me about 8 strokes.
8?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be over.
Well, if it was a par 5, that's not horrible.
Yeah, because it's one of those you can't see the flag with the hole. You got to...
You're sort of flying blind.
Yeah. Is it okay to say hole?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, because I heard
in
that
this context.
Like John asked me during the break.
Yes, Artie.
Are there bits that are now banned from the show? Like, I don't even know whether I could say it. So
I don't want to bring up what could be banned because that'll give him thoughts.
Right.
I'm afraid to even to suggest to him what might be banned. Because he'll just say, yes,
He'd love your suggestions.
So how do I get out of this now? Now that there's so much censorship, I would either like the FCC to fine me so I can
wait a minute. Do we have it correct, what Mel said?
I mean, everybody was told we have to take it real seriously.
And that you could be fired?
Are you fired if I get fined? Are you or aren't you? Because I'm ready to get fined. I'm willing to take you out if I have to go.
And I'm not ready to let you, okay?
But what is the rule?
The rule is we have to all be very careful about what we do.
Will you be fired if I get fined?
No comment.
Wow.
Wow.
You know what? The only person I feel bad for, you say the program director, too? Yeah. And poor Rob back there. What's he got to do with it?
Exactly. He didn't even know Howard.
Chuck Roast. Yeah, what's he got to do with this? Why is he getting fired? I feel bad about it, but you know what? I'm willing to take him down, too.
Take him down, too.
If I get rid of Tom,
that's really cruel.
We're going to have a Tom-free station. Of course, it'll be free of me as well. But I'm willing to go down.
It's not worth it.
I'm ready to go.
There are other people who would love it if you would just make that happen. Make Tom go away.
I mean, I think it's outrageous that in this country I could lose my job because the FCC decides something's wrong.
Somebody sort of decides without anybody else determining that they're right. You're wrong.
Colin Powell's son's the dude in charge. What is he? Who is this guy, by the way?
And apparently he was really miffed about Janet Jackson.
And maybe he got really super turned on in front of his kids. It's possible.
Yeah.
He might have popped one right in front of the kids.
Yeah, well, that
Don't say that. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, Janet Jackson. Her breast. That's so silly, isn't it?
It's crazy. The rules are really, really vague, really, really hard to understand.
And see, this is why the fight should have been kept a long time ago. Instead of capitulating.
Couldn't have. They would have taken away all the stations.
Well, you know.
That's easy. We can't say that.
I can't. But somebody.
They were blackmailing.
The whole industry just laughed while we bared the brunt. But look at what's happening now.
That's right.
You know, it's funny. My dad called me yesterday and he asked me, well, what are the rules for you guys? And I said, we don't know.
No, no one knows. It's all arbitrary.
They tell you what the rule is after you break it.
Yeah.
Right. We don't know what it is until you hear it.
We just know if there's something good on the air, Jay Leno will take it.
Right. That's all
we're painfully aware of that. Anything slightly creative.
Hey, when John came in to tell you, I heard he came in during the week last week, did you make him a counteroffer or you didn't even bother?
There was no opportunity.
It was already done.
He'd already signed a contract.
He didn't give anybody an opportunity.
No kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this whole new FCC thing is wacky.
Yeah, that's a brave new world.
I want out. Honestly, I do. No. How do I get out?
Yell out the F word.
No, but he'll bleep it.
But you yell it out 15 times. Right. You can't.
If I was to yell it out 15 times, you couldn't possibly.
I think we'd take the show off the air.
Yeah.
You know that if you've never seen what goes on back there. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of delay units, right?
They won't even let me get off.
And then there's a cart. I'm not sure what's on it. But, you know, it's almost like DEFCON 4.
It's an announcement of a technical delay.
Right. Then at some point, we've never had to play it, but if you go